Hello, and welcome to the Cowlitz County Official Local Voters Pamphlet, August 4th, 2026 Primary Edition. No postage needed when mailing your ballot. Look for your primary ballot by July 22nd, 2026. Published by the Cowlitz County Auditor's Office, 360-577-3005, www.cowlitz.was.ELECTIONS. Table of Contents. Voter Resources. Accessible Voting, page 1. Ballot Dropbox Locations, page 1. Keep your registration current, page 2. Get registered and obtain a ballot, page 2. Voting Tips, page 3. Precinct Committee Officers, page 4. Election Observers, page 4. Candidate Statements, United States Representative 3rd Congressional, pages 5 to page 13. State Representative Legislative 19, page 14 to page 19. State Representative Legislative 20, page 20 to 23. County Offices, page 24 to page 31. Supreme Court Justices, page 32 to page 45. Note: to significantly reduce taxpayer costs, only a single version of the voter's pamphlet is mailed to every household in Cowlitz County. It is county-wide and not tailored to any particular district. Your ballot will contain only the races and issues that you are eligible to vote on based on where you live. Voter registration deadlines. Online and by mail, July 27th by 5 p.m. In person, August 4th by 8 p.m. Stay informed. Did you know that Cowlitz County Elections publishes a quarterly newsletter rooted in democracy? You can view it on our website or sign up to receive it directly via email by contacting our office at elections@cowlitzwa.gov. Participating jurisdictions: Congressional District 3, Legislative District 19, Legislative District 20, Cowlitz County, Supreme Court. Cover designed by Rachel Facer-Stone. Page 1. Accessible Voting. Using Clear Access, Cowlitz County voters who are unable to vote their ballot in the standard way have the option to vote independently using an Accessible Voting Unit, AVU. The Clear Access AVU can display larger type or provide an audio ballot for persons with visual or cognitive disabilities. The equipment supports a number of assistive switches. Beginning 18 days before each primary or election, the Clear Access Unit is available from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Election Day from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. at the Cowlitz County Elections Office. Ballot Dropbox Locations. Choose one of our 8 convenient locations: Castle Rock, 137 Cowlitz Street West in front of the Castle Rock Library; Kalama, North 1st Street near the Kalama Post Office boxes; Kelso, Bridge Market Lane between LJ's Furnace Drug and the Allen Street Bridge; Kelso, 207 North 4th Ave, Admin Building North Entrance Parking Lot; Longview, Broadway Street east of the Longview Post Office boxes; Longview, Civic Center Circle, across from Broadway Street near the Longview Post Office boxes; Riderwood, 208 Morse Street next to the Riderwood Library; Woodland, City Parking Lot at Davidson and 2nd Street near the city's utility payment drop box. Ballot drop boxes are open 24 hours a day starting July 17th, 2026 and close promptly at 8 p.m. on election night, August 4th, 2026. We recommend dropping your ballot in one of our secure Dropbox locations. If you choose to mail your ballot instead, ballots come with a prepaid postage, so no stamp is necessary. Don't be late. Mail early so that your ballot arrives on time. Page 2. Keep your registration current. While the Elections Office is continually updating the voter rolls with information from the Department of Licensing, the Post Office, local obituaries, and a monthly deceased list from the Department of Health, you can do your part by following these simple steps. Update your address with the Elections Office whenever it changes. Address changes can be made through votwa.gov, by email, mail, or phone until July 27th. You may update your registration in person until 8 p.m. on Election Day, August 4th. If you are a snowbird or a college student, call or email our office to set up a seasonal or temporary mailing address. Return to sender. If you receive a ballot for a person who does not live at your address, write "does not live here" on the unopened envelope and put it back in the mail. Do not return it in a ballot drop box. If you receive mail for a recently deceased voter, write "deceased" on the unopened envelope and put it back in the mail. We will research and follow up. Get registered and obtain a ballot. 3 ways to register and obtain a ballot. Online, votewa.gov. By mail, call us at 360-577-3005 and we will mail you a form. In person, Cowlitz County Elections, 207 North 4th Avenue, Room 205, Kelso, Washington, 98626. To register to vote, you must be a citizen of the United States, a legal resident of Washington State, at least 18 years old, not disqualified from voting due to a court order, not serving a sentence of total confinement for a Washington felony conviction, not currently incarcerated for a federal or out-of-state felony conviction. Candidate and measure statements are printed exactly as submitted. No spelling, punctuation, or grammatical corrections have been made. Cowlitz County does not confirm that statements are true or factual. The candidate or committee is responsible for content. This provides voters a candid, unedited view of submissions. Page 3. Voting tips. Fill out your ballot. You can use any color of pen to complete your ballot. You do not have to vote in every race to have your ballot counted. Make selections in the contests you'd like to vote, and you can skip those that you're unsure about. Sign your envelope. Don't forget to sign the back of your return envelope. Your ballot cannot move forward in the process without a valid signature. Return your ballot in a ballot drop box. Whether returning your ballot by mail or drop box, don't wait until Election Day. Return your ballot early. If returning by drop box, there are 8 drive-up locations across the county. You can find a list on page 1 of this pamphlet. Drop boxes close promptly at 8 p.m. on Election Day, August 4th, 2026. If returning by mail, don't wait until the last minute. Mail early to ensure your ballot will be on time. No stamp is needed. You can also return your ballot in person at the Cowlitz County Elections Office up until 8 p.m. on Election Day. Voter tip. On Election Day, use a drop box before 8 p.m. Visit votewa.gov to find the nearest drop box. Page 4. Precinct Committee Officers. Precinct Committee Officers, PCO. This office appears on your primary ballot if 2 candidates from the same party filed in your precinct. The names appear in lot draw order. If only one person from a party filed in a precinct, that person is deemed elected at the close of filing and the office will not appear on the ballot. There are no PCO statements or photos presented in the voter's pamphlet. Voters may vote for only one candidate for PCO. If a voter votes for more than one candidate, no votes for that race will be counted. For the limited purpose of voting in a precinct committee officer election, a voter affiliates with a major political party when he or she votes for a candidate of that party. Voting in a PCO race is not required. State law does not allow write-in votes in PCO races. PCO candidate contact information is available on the elections website. Election observers. Observe the elections process. Our goal is for the public to understand the election process. Touring our facility during an election is a great way to learn more about how elections are fair, safe, and secure. As an observer, you will be able to ask questions about what you are seeing and witness the path of the ballot's journey firsthand. Anyone can observe the election process. Call our office at 360-577-3005 if you are interested in viewing the process. Voter tip. Tracking your ballot is easier than ever. Sign up for text notifications when you register or update your info at votewa.gov or text VOTE to VOTEWA 868-392. Page 5. United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term. Marie Gluesenkamp Perez. Prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience. Southwest Washington's representative in Congress since 2023. I serve on the House Appropriations Committee, including the Agriculture and Rural Development Subcommittee, working for small businesses, growers, and working families across Southwest Washington. Other professional experience. Co-owner of Dean's Car Care with my husband. We fix cars and create family wage jobs in the trades. Education. BA Economics, Reed College. I was homeschooled by my mom and my dad, a lay pastor, before enrolling in public schools. Community service. Hillsborough High School Automotive Advisory Committee, Stevenson Downtown Association Treasurer, Underwood Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor. Statement. Most members of Congress are millionaires completely out of touch with life in the real world. I co-own an auto repair and machine shop, and I'm a mom raising a young kid. My husband and I built our own home in rural Skamania County to save money. I know what it costs to fill a tank, a prescription, and meet payroll. I'm taking on a broken DC that runs on corporate cash and corruption. I don't take corporate PAC money, and I've introduced legislation to ban congressional stock trading and freeze congressional pay. I fight for the people who build, fix, and grow things. Good jobs that don't require a 4-year degree, more apprenticeships, and stronger support for trades, timber, and manufacturing. When DC hurts working families, I push back. The president's wars and tariffs have raised costs and hammered small businesses and manufacturers. I'll stand up to any politician or any party when their decision isn't right for Southwest Washington. I'm cutting red tape to build more homes and lower rents. I've protected funding for schools and roads and tackled the child care shortage. I'm fighting to protect healthcare, stop drug companies from blocking cheaper generics, and rebuild infrastructure. I've fought for your right to repair what you own, taken on corporate consolidation, driving up prices, and protected forests and farmland. I'm protecting your freedoms, a woman's right to make her own medical decisions and your right to vote by mail, which the president wants to take away. And I'll always fight for Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, affordable prescriptions, and the nurses, caregivers, and rural hospitals our communities depend on. I hold town halls in every county and answer to no party, no donor, and no agenda. I answer to you. I'd be honored to earn your vote. Contact information. Phone 360-835-6835. Email info@marieforcongres.com. Website https://marieforcongres.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 6, United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term, Brett Henrick, prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience, no information submitted. Other professional experience. As a theater industry professional, I worked in on-site project management and on the global deployment of Dolby Cinema, which gave me the opportunity to work successfully around the globe and across cultural and linguistic barriers. Education. Benson Polytechnic High School, Louisiana State University. Community service. Precinct Committee Officer for the 49th LD. Statement. We all know the reality we are living in. Whether it's gas, food, rent, or healthcare, prices keep rising. It's getting harder and harder to scrape by. We need real change that puts working families on a strong path forward. Insurance companies are gouging families for all they're worth while denying care. No one should have to choose between buying prescriptions and paying rent. Let's cap prescription drug prices, work towards universal health care, and protect Social Security. Students are leaving school with tens of thousands of dollars in student debt. We want people to be educated, but we punish them for pursuing it. These predatory loans need to stop. We also need to bolster our K-12 schools. We have the money, we just need to invest it in our future rather than in pointless wars. Our infrastructure is crumbling before our eyes. We need to replace the I-5 bridge and build up our rural healthcare infrastructure, broadband, and flood mitigation systems. Let's invest in our communities and provide strong jobs and opportunities. That's why I have kept my promise to have my printed campaign materials made right here in the district by union labor. The Trump administration must be held accountable. They have gotten us involved in new, disastrous wars. They have refused to release the entirety of the Epstein files. ICE has been allowed to terrorize communities at will. The rich have robbed working families for decades, and it's time they paid their fair share. I haven't taken a dime from corporate PAC money because I want to change things for you, not those with the deepest pockets. Endorsed by College Democrats of Washington, Citizens Against AI PAC Corruption Track AI PAC, Clark County Councilor Will Fuentes, Centralia City Councilor Ray Chapman Wilson, IAM Local 695, Turn Left, Progressive Victory. Contact information. Phone 360-356-4197. Email info@brenthenrich.com. Website www.brenthenrich.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 7. United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term. John P. Rocco, prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. Second GOP primary, U.S. Senator Hawaii, 2010, 2014, and 2016, when selected for 2016 Hawaii State Convention's Parade of Candidates. Other professional experience. Currently, Mental Health Therapist 3, CMAR, organizer, Rocco Ranch Film Festival, indie producer, Hitman Struck 1.2, Amazon Warehouse, Tree Climber, Anger Management, 12 clients per week max, CBS co-star, Magnum PI, Episode 5, Professor, University of Phoenix. Education, Psychology, Loma Linda MA, Lewis and Clark College MA, UW-BA. Community service. Recently, attendee donor Hanukkah, Chabad of Skagit County, pianist Easter, Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam, Schofield Barracks. Pianist, cantor, Sacred Hearts, Waianae, Hawaii, Children's Choir Director, Mothers and Fathers Day, Evangelical Formosan Church, Inland Empire. Statement. A Chehalis Bearcat, Football Plus, 1971 St. Joe's 1st to 8th grade. Of my dad's ER trips, a 2022 ER doctor told me, your dad never refused a patient. My first mental health job, Lewis County, case manager, group facilitator for independent living skills, naturally dovetailed off his surgical care. Later encouraged to seek a PhD in a larger arena, I moved to Cali where, of an on-the-job car accident, I learned the soliloquy of all less fortunate, homeless, disabled. The 1/4 century to full recovery taught me much of gratitude. I now work at the front lines, immersing in repairing of lives. My employer, CMAR, also turns no one away. Though the majority served are Caucasian, a Latino specialization, but serves all and begun by a migrant farm worker's son, UW grad. No endorsement sought nor implied. ICE, remove criminals, leeches, predators, cherish gems. That reveals my base in politics. Instead of someone moving here who talks down or at people thinking I know what's best, I am of and from here, and I speak Chehalis. As I answered when asked at UW, my policies quintessentials of someone homegrown in Washington 03. My 2022 return to deter thieves preying on our Centralia family farm. No DEI in the U.S. Army, use merit, ability. No extending Portland Light Rail over I-5 to Washington. No XYs competing with XXs. Of housing, WPA 2.0. Of Iran war, Joe Kent is off. Trump overall wants to prevent 9/11 2.0. My 2010 lawmakers critique. Civil beat, independence, John Rocco, of which my texting, email, and sites are hacked, altered or deleted, etc., was the inception to my politics of righting hidden wrongs. Hanabusa Hirono co-sponsored bill threatening closure of Catholic charities, etc., of aversion to written truths, defamation enforced on the streets, allegorical backdrop in Hitman Struck 1.2. Contact information. Phone 360-523-3391. Email none provided. Website www.jprw03.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 8. United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term. John Solly Roman, prefers independent party. Elected experience, none. Other professional experience, 14 years control room operations in the electric power industry. Education, BAS, Energy Management, Bismarck State University. Electronics Engineering Technology, Columbia Gorge Community College. Community service, no information submitted. Statement. The corrupt criminal enterprise of the U.S. government is on full display. Until the American people recognize that neither party is prioritizing their interests, we will continue down this path without representation. Over the course of decades, both parties have pursued policies of domination and oppression, while unelected corporate interests and foreign influence are given a seat at the head of the table, crafting legislation to benefit a handful of shareholders at the expense of the American people. We didn't arrive at this juncture overnight. Regardless of their stated principles, both parties have ridden on the coattails of the other, pursuing the interests of their wealthiest donors and lobbyists. Democrats once portrayed themselves to be the party of anti-war, the working class, and civil liberties, while Republicans portrayed themselves to stand for and protect the Constitution, a limited government, fiscal conservatism, and free markets. But the narratives of both parties contradict the outcomes. This should give pause to any honest observer. Regardless of the reasons or justifications made, the results do not reflect the stated positions which their constituents have been led to believe. For example, U.S. military adventurism and conflict have continued throughout my entire adult life. Constitutional rights are pushed aside to achieve desired goals. The unsustainable national debt continues to grow unabated, and unchecked corporate power is being further concentrated, working hand in glove with this government to the detriment of the American people. Ultimately, the path forward depends wholly on the voters and their willingness to reject this corrupt criminal enterprise. If voters are satisfied with the status quo, then any candidate from either party should suffice. But to begin to take the steps necessary to retake our place at the table, we must come together, vote our conscience, and reject the two-party illusion confronting us. Contact information. Phone 360-836-0767. Email john@saulrohmangres.com. Website www.saulrohmangres.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 9. United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term. Troy Rasband, prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience, none. Other professional experience. I started working blue-collar jobs at 16. I entered the technology field as a lab assistant, then worked on the help desk for the Oregon U.S. District Court before becoming a junior systems administrator for a local family-owned business. Education. Associate in Science, Track 2, Clark College. Community service. Former IT lead and leadership committee member for the indivisible Greater Vancouver. Statement. I'm running for Washington 03 to help build a community where everyone gets a fair shake, regardless of their background. I know what it's like when your card gets declined at the register, when a family has to choose between rent and medicine. That's not just my story. It's the reality for too many families in Washington 03. I believe there is a better way forward, one grounded in compassionate, practical policies rather than the fear-based politics that have shaped our culture for too long. That means making healthcare more affordable so our communities can stay healthy, ensuring the wealthiest pay their fair share through measures like a wealth tax, and expanding programs such as SNAP so families can put food on the table. It is my belief that the power of the elected office is about more than passing policy. It is also about using that position to stand with community members and support the ongoing fight for a more just country. If elected, I will use this office to advocate for you in any way I can. Our strength is in our unity, and the time has come to show it. Contact information. Phone 360-433-7462. Email troyforcongregans.com. Website www.troyrasband.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 10. United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term, John Braun, prefers Republican Party. Elected experience, State Senator, 20th Legislative District, 2013 to present. Senate Republican leader, former Ways and Means Committee chair, budget negotiator. Other professional experience, retired U.S. Navy captain with 31 years of service, 6 commands, President, Braun Northwest, a Chehalis emergency vehicle manufacturer employing 350 people across Southwest Washington. Education, B.S. Electrical Engineering, University of Washington, MBA and M.S. Manufacturing Engineering, University of Michigan. Community service, prior service, Centralia College Foundation board member, Providence Centralia Hospital Community board member, National Association of Manufacturers President's Council member, St. Joseph's School Commission member, Centralia Youth Soccer Board member. Statement. Southwest Washington voters deserve a member of Congress grounded in real-world responsibility and results. I have spent my life leading in settings where accountability matters, as a U.S. Navy captain in the submarine force, as a business owner providing family wage jobs for hundreds of working women and men in Southwest Washington, and as a state senator who has balanced budgets, strengthened public safety, and protected constitutional rights. Governing is not a soundbite, a social media post, or the next cable news hit. It is the steady work of listening, negotiating, building coalitions, and turning priorities into legislation. I have built a record of advancing conservative principles while working across the aisle to produce results for families and communities here. Families across Southwest Washington are being hit hard by rising costs for housing, childcare, food, gas, taxes, and healthcare. That's why I oppose the new state income tax and higher federal taxes. Protecting taxpayers and homeowners will be my top priority. In Congress, I will fight to lower taxes, reduce unnecessary spending, cut waste and fraud, and hold government accountable for how it uses your money. I will also focus on rebuilding American manufacturing, supporting law enforcement and keeping Americans safe, standing with veterans, protecting Social Security and Medicare, and restoring parents' rights in education. This matters to me deeply. Marlo and I have been married for 37 years. We raised our family in Southwest Washington. We have 4 adult children, 3 of whom served or are serving in the U.S. Navy or Marine Corps. We believe in America and in our community. I am running for Congress to bring steady, common-sense conservative leadership to Washington, D.C., focused on delivering results for Southwest Washington. I would be honored to earn your vote in this important election. Contact information. Phone 360-210-2680. Email info@votebraun.com. Website www.troyrasband.com. votebraun.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. District 3, 2-year term. Anthony Barron prefers Cascade Party. Elected experience. Beyond once serving as a PCO, I have not held elected public office. Other professional experience. I'm an entrepreneur, business builder, and oyster farmer with more than 35 years in marketing, strategy, hospitality, food, digital commerce, and small business leadership. I founded and grew companies, worked with national brands, created jobs, and helped lead Willapa Wild in BCO consulting. Education, no formal degree. Community service. I serve on the Pack Mountain Workforce Development Board and volunteer with local high school students through hands-on boat building and sailing programs. Through Willapa Wild, I have helped advance eelgrass restoration, Olympia oyster recovery, and responsible aquaculture. Statement. My campaign is built on a simple belief. Hard work should still mean something in America. For too many families in Southwest Washington, the math no longer works. People are working hard, playing by the rules, raising families, running small businesses, and still falling behind. Housing costs are up, groceries are up, energy is up, wages have not kept pace. Meanwhile, politics has become louder, angrier, and less useful. I am running because we need a different kind of leadership, not more political theater, not more insiders protecting insiders, not more slogans from people who have never had to make payroll, fix a broken machine, deliver to a customer, or solve a problem with no easy answer. I'm an entrepreneur, oyster farmer, and business builder. I have spent my life creating jobs, building teams, serving customers, and turning ideas into real results. I know what it means to work through uncertainty, manage risk, and keep commitments. My focus is practical. We need to rebuild the connection between work and opportunity. That means stronger local economies, better workforce training, support for small businesses, responsible natural resource policy, affordable energy, practical education, and leadership that listens before it lectures. I believe most people are not extreme. They want safe communities, good schools, honest government, a fair shot, and leaders who are accessible whether someone donated or not, whether they agree or not. This campaign is not about left versus right. It's about whether Washington's 3rd District sends another political insider to Congress or someone who understands the real economy and the people who keep running it. I am running to build a bridge to better jobs, better accountability, better common sense, better representation. Hard work built this country, and it should still build a future. Contact information. Phone 818-324-3530. Email ab@barranforcongres.com. Website www.barranforcongres.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 12. United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term. Austin Broswell. Prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience. No information submitted. Other professional experience. U.S. Navy aviation electrician. Provided support for data center and satellite operations as an intelligence community subcontractor. Transitioned into finance, working up from the bottom of the ladder at Wells Fargo and Chase Bank. Left with securities licenses, notary, and life and health insurance producer certifications in multiple states. Most recently, I conducted proprietary development of signals intelligence analysis and ground-based operational doctrine against federal agencies, FBI, ICE, DHS, to protect Americans' First Amendment rights. Education, no information submitted. Community service, Special Olympics of Oregon, Friends of the Carpenter, Res Custode Ipsos Custodes. Statement. Most members of Congress are millionaires completely out of touch with life in the real world. Almost none are like me. As a blue-collar veteran providing those in both affluent and impoverished circles, bringing the fight to the doorstep of the biggest dogs within our government, supporting civil rights and anti-mass surveillance movements, I know how tough it's been to navigate the balancing act of security and privacy. I have taken on police abuse and corruption and have fought tooth and nail to keep ICE out of Vancouver. Special interests have corrupted Washington. I'm not taking a dime of their corporate PAC money. I'm focusing on what working people want: a stronger dollar, access to representation, and empowerment of our constitutional rights. Our dollar doesn't go as far as it used to, and reducing spending on unnecessary wars is how we strengthen it. Looking forward on AI, I'll challenge regulators who find it convenient allowing AI to decide if the things we should own remain that way. People need to come first. Our rights and access to opportunity are not up for negotiation. I'm taking on President Trump and this administration for failing to protect Americans' rights. A person is a person regardless of who is in office. Access to services, due process, and restricting overreach is my priority. The lack of accountability regarding the Epstein files and federal employees hiding behind obscurity will be brought to light. I work closely with Republican colleagues regarding the most earth-shattering paradigm in human history: aliens. As a person of unshakable faith, we, together, move forward together responsibly, cautiously, and with transparency. Other candidates won't touch this or know where to start. I'm uniquely qualified to champion this issue for Washington. As your representative, my door will never be closed. Contact information: phone 360-921-7875. Email AUSTINBRASWELLCON@gmail.com. Website www.AUSTINBRASWELLCONGRESS.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 13, United States Representative, District 3, 2-year term. Lawrence Kellogg, prefers Republican Party. Elected experience: no previous elected office held. Other professional experience: retired air cargo pilot with decades of worldwide flying experience. Education: 1981, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, California State University at Los Angeles. 1982, Master of Business Administration, California State University at Los Angeles. Community service: volunteer for voter sign-up in Clark County, Washington State. Volunteer for campaign literature distribution in Washington State. Statement: my platform is first, getting real Republicans elected to office. Second, nurturing a business-friendly environment that brings and keeps good careers for our people. Third, to reset our democracy back to normalcy. We are losing our way. We would want the founding fathers to look down on us and say that the great-great-great-grandkids got it right. Fourth, and this is a kicker, to bring UFO, UAP disclosure to people the world over. We can do this. Because my goal is disclosure, I have no intention at present of signing a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, and being silenced by the DoD. No, the truth of the cosmos belongs to all of us. Instead, I would encourage others to blow the whistle and tell all under congressional protection, and I would be one of the enforcers, like the country dentist with a pair of pliers. I want to see America thrive. I do not support schemes about unproven election fraud as an excuse for disenfranchising voters. I think that if Congress passes a law, then it must be complied with. Release the files. Do you want Democratic vote in Congress or a Republican one? Because if you wind up with a Democratic vote here, and even worse, a Democratic majority in Congress, who knows what will happen? But will it be Democratic reset to what they were doing? Open borders? Normalization of crime? Free flow of illegal drugs? Socialism, as it being taxed to oblivion? Conversely, do you want a foolhardy right-wing dictatorship dabbling in theocracy centered around our president? Were we Republicans railroaded into District MAGA frontrunner by the National Republican Party? Don't you want a say in the matter? I'm a Republican traditionalist, not MAGA. Vote for me for the sake of America. Contact information. Phone 360-910-7667. Email lloggon@gmail.com. Website www.kellogforcess.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 14. State Representative Position 1, Legislative District 19, 2-year term. Jim Walsh. Prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. Our state representative. Other professional experience. Owner, publisher, Silver Lake Publishing, 1998 to present. Association of American Publishers. Publishers Marketing Association. American Association of Business Publications. PMA, Benjamin Franklin Book Award. AABP Feature Award. Education, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, Amherst College, Amherst, Massachusetts, 1986. Community service, youth basketball coach, Grace Harbor YMCA, 2006 to 2024. Authorized volunteer, driver, Archdiocese of Seattle, 2006 to 2025. Charter participant, Aberdeen Splash Day Festival, 2008 to present. Statement. Jim Walsh keeps his promise to defend our jobs, kids, schools, and neighborhoods. He protects our community, secures funding for critical infrastructure, fights back against extremist policies from outside our district that kill local jobs and steal resources from our schools and roads. Jim knows our corner of Washington. A small business owner, he shares our values: hard work, honesty, standing up for what's right and true. He advocates for rational policy and against unlawful mandates from Olympia. He raised all 5 of his children here. He's not leaving. Jim Walsh fights for all of us. Contact information. Phone, none provided. Email, jim@electjimwalsh.org. Website, www.electjimwalsh.org. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 15. State Representative Position 1, Legislative District 19, 2-year term. Kevin Moynihan. Prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience. Aberdeen City Council member, representing working families and local neighborhood interests. Other professional experience. Working line cook with extensive professional kitchen operations experience. Former HVAC, tradesman, and service industry technician. Education. Attending the Evergreen State College to obtain Masters in Public Policy and Administration, as well as Geographic Information Systems, GIS certificate program, vocational training in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning trades. Community service. Dedicated local advocate for working class stability, rural infrastructure investments, rent stabilization initiatives, and a steadfast community ally of the Chinook Indian Nation's fight for official state and federal recognition. Statement. I am a working line cook, city council member, and tradesman focusing on the material survival of rural families. For too long, career politicians have prioritized online culture wars over the economic realities squeezing our communities. I refuse corporate PAC money. My only loyalty is to you. I will fight to protect rural healthcare infrastructure, secure fair funding for our local public schools, pass statewide rent stabilization, and expand local union apprenticeships to keep family wage jobs in our communities. It's time to send a worker to Olympia who puts rural families first. I would be honored to earn your vote. Contact information. Phone, 971-258-0781. Email kevinfor19ld@gmail.com. Website www.kevinmoynihan.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 16. State Representative Position 2, Legislative District 19, 2-year term. Daniel William Bradley, prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. No elected experience. Other professional experience. Taught in Japan for many years, including K through 12, business English, language, and culture. Operated an English school and served as an adjunct professor at Tokai University and a technical university in Tokyo. Since returning to Washington State, worked as a paraeducator, substitute teacher, landscaper, and in solid waste, gaining practical, hands-on experience with local needs. Education. Ilwaco High School, 1999. Eastern Washington University, bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies, minor in communications, 2005. Community service. Engaged in local government meetings, public workshops, and community education, teaches Japanese language and culture. Statement. Taxpayers deserve more than promises. They deserve proof that public money is spent responsibly, produces measurable results, and serves the communities that paid for it. I am asking government to prove the promises taxpayers already paid for. LD19 deserves opportunity, respect, and public dollars tied to results residents can see. I am running to protect taxpayers in LD19 by making public spending clearer, more traceable, and easier to evaluate. Taxpayer dollars should serve families and communities, not disappear into waste, loopholes, or confusing budget language. Contact information. Phone 360-214-9265. Email DANIELBRADLETATREP@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 17. State Representative Position 2, Legislative District 19, 2-year term. Jimmy O'Hagan, prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. In an attempt to silence me and prevent me from ending their violations to the separation of powers, Robert Ferguson and his accomplices in the judicial branch turned me into their political prisoner. Other professional experience. I have 4 children and 10 grandchildren. I leased my first farm when I was 15 years old and bought my first farm when I was 19. I worked in the fishing, shellfish, forestry, and construction industries. Education. In order to defend our family farms from overzealous government officials, I was forced to study law harder than most law students ever have. Community service. No information submitted. Statement. If you support organized crime and corruption, vote for another candidate. If you do not support organized crime and corruption, vote for me. While acting as Attorney General, Robert Ferguson violated his duty in RCW 29A 84-720, officers, violations generally, and became unfit to hold public office. If elected, I will do my best to end the violations to the separation of powers, bring back legislative and grand jury investigations into corruption, and see that corrupt public officials, including members of the judicial branches, are prosecuted and incarcerated. No more slavery by taxation from dictators. Contact information. Phone 360-581-7261. Email JIMISFARM@outreach.org. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 18. State Representative Position 2, Legislative District 19, 2-year term. Terry Carlson. Prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience. President, Cowlitz Central, Labor Council, Secretary IAMW 536. Other professional experience. 25 years in the timber industry. Education. Bachelor's in Psychology from Washington State University. Community service. Snohomish County Search and Rescue, Granite Falls Youth Sports Coach and Referee, Hospice Volunteer. Statement. People in Southwest Washington are working hard, raising families, running businesses, and still finding it harder every year just to get by. This is a failure of leadership. We have ports, industry, small businesses. This region has so much potential. But for too long, politics has played divisive games for attention instead of solving real problems for the people who live here. I'm focused on affordability, economic growth, strong schools, and building a future where families, workers, and seniors can thrive again. We need steady, accountable leadership focused on helping this community thrive. I'd be honored to earn your vote. Contact information. Phone 360-545-3574. Email electrycarlson@gmail.com. Website www.electrycarlson.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 19. State Representative, Position 2, Legislative District 19, 2-year term. Joel McIntyre. Prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. Elected to the Washington State House of Representatives in 2020 and again in 2022 and 2024. Elected as chair of the Wahkiakum Republican Party in 2018. Currently serves on K-12 Education Committee, Post-Secondary Education Committee, Labor Committee in the House of Representatives. Other professional experience. Served in the United States Marine Corps for 15 years, deploying overseas 3 times. Worked as a professional educator in the public education system as well as at the university level. Education. Bachelor's degree in evolutionary ecology from Central Washington University. Master's degree in mathematics education from Western Governors University. Community service. Boy Scouts leader, Young Men's Youth Church leader. Statement. I am seeking re-election to bring common sense and fiscal responsibility to our beautiful state. We have seen the sharpest tax increases in the last several years with very limited returns. While people struggle to get by affording the basic necessities of life, Olympia politicians continue to demand more and more of the taxpayers. If we are truly serious about fixing our schools and our infrastructure, we first must go back to the timeless principles of living within our means and allowing businesses to thrive. I will continue to be that voice of common sense for our future. Contact information. Phone 360-532-6800. Email info@joelmcentire.org. Website www.joelmcentire.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 20. State Representative Position 1, Legislative District 20, 2-year term. Peter Abarno. Prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. State Representative, 20th Legislative District, 2021 to present. Centralia City Council Member, 2015 to 2021. Other professional experience: attorney and partner, Althauser Rayan Abarno, LLP, 2010 to present. Education: University of Washington School of Law, Master of Laws in Taxation, 2009. Vermont Law School, Juris Doctor, 2008. State University of New York at Fredonia, Bachelor of Arts, 1997. Community service: Centralia College Foundation, Miss Lewis County Scholarship Program, Lewis County Special Olympics, Special Olympics Washington, Hub City Mission, Lewis County Spring Youth Fair, Watch DOGS, Dads of Great Students, Forgotten Children's Fund. Statement: I am an attorney and small business owner, but more importantly, I'm a husband and father raising my family right here in Southwest Washington. I believe strong families are the foundation of strong communities. If re-elected, I will continue focusing on common sense solutions to the kitchen table issues facing working families, seniors, small business owners, and students. That includes advocating for meaningful tax relief, safer neighborhoods, open and accountable government, and expanding economic and educational opportunities so everyone has a fair chance to succeed. I will continue listening and working hard on your behalf. Thank you for your vote. Contact information: phone 360-508-3660. Email peterletterbarno.com. Website www.elecpeterletterbarno.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 21. State Representative Position 1, Legislative District 20, 2-year term, Andy Zahn. Prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience: no information submitted. Other professional experience: I grew up on a small farm in the shadow of Mount St. Helens and studied to become a freelance writer and photographer. As a photographer, I have seen through my lens and through personal experience how corporate influence has chipped away at the fabric of our communities here in Southwest Washington. I've observed in my interactions with the oversight boards of government agencies how this corporate influence has corrupted our institutions. We've got to evict big money interests from our government so that it will once again represent the people and the place we call home. Education: no information submitted. Community service: no information submitted. Statement: Washington needs to invest in rural communities and act proactively to create a robust, sustainable economy which provides us with good union jobs, but not at the expense of our health and the character of our vibrant landscapes. I will work to create new parks for small towns, build affordable housing while preventing sprawl from paving over our fields and forests, invest in the production of sustainable alternative materials, improve access to healthcare, expand and improve public transportation, stop data centers, and ensure that our young people have everything they need to find success without leaving their hometown. Contact information: phone, none provided. Email andyy420th@proton.me. Website www.andyzahn.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 22. State Representative Position 2, Legislative District 20, 2-year term, Evan Jones. Prefers Democratic Party. Elected experience: Port of Longview Commissioner, elected 2024. Led efforts to strengthen contractor accountability and worker safety in infrastructure projects. Chair, Southwest Washington Regional Transportation Planning Organization. Board member, Cowlitz Economic Development Council. Board member, Cowlitz Council of Governments. Other professional experience: heavy rigging and machinery tradesman Omega Morgan. U.S. Army combat veteran, served overseas, longtime resident of the 20th Legislative District. Education, U.S. Army service and training, continued education in the trades. Community service, volunteered throughout my career in uniform, in the trades, and in public service. State Veterans Representative, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, active in the communities of this region. Statement. Every morning I'm on the road before dawn, commuting 110 miles because the work that should exist here in the 20th keeps going somewhere else. I'm Evan Jones, combat veteran, tradesman, port commissioner, and father. I came home from overseas, found my footing in the trades, and I'm raising my hand again because my community needs someone to deliver, project after project. Thousands of family wage jobs in timber, shipping, and construction, lost. I'm going to Olympia to fix permitting, bring those projects and jobs home, and make sure every worker comes home whole. I belong to the 20th, not Olympia. Contact information. Phone 360-727-1576. Email info@votevanjones.com. Website https://votevanjones.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 23. State Representative Position 2, Legislative District 20, 2-year term. Ed Orcutt, prefers Republican Party. Elected experience. Serving in his 12th 2-year term in the House of Representatives, Ed Orcutt serves on the Transportation Committee, Finance Committee, Ranking Member, Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee, Joint Legislative Audit and Review Committee, Vice Chair, and Economic and Revenue Forecast Council. Other professional experience. Consulting forester, owner of Cascade Forest Management. Education. B.S. degree in Forest Management, University of Idaho. Community service. An active volunteer, Ed Orcutt is a member of the Kalama Lions Club and has served as past chairman of the Highlander Festival, member of the Columbia Theater Board, and as a youth bowling coach. Statement. State Representative Ed Orcutt has earned a reputation in Olympia as an effective, independent leader who works hard to make things happen for the families in Southwest Washington. He's a leader in protecting taxpayers, natural resource-based jobs, property rights, and the quality of life we all enjoy. Ed Orcutt's priorities include creating new family wage jobs, making government agencies more responsive to the citizens they serve, and making government live within its means. That means funding education and vital services using existing revenues and protecting taxpayer from tax increases. Let's keep Ed Orcutt in the House. Contact information. Phone 360-751-2317. Email electtercreek.com. Website www.repedorcutt.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 24. Assessor, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, unopposed. Emily Wilcox, prefers Independent Party. I am honored to serve as your county assessor and grateful for the opportunity to continue serving our community. Fair and equitable property assessments grounded in accuracy, consistency, and compliance with Washington law remain my top priority. Since taking office, I have focused on improving efficiency, transparency, and responsible use of taxpayer resources. By modernizing operations and using technology more effectively, our office has improved productivity, reduced costs, and enhanced public service. We continue to pursue practical and innovative ways to better serve property owners. Clear communication remains a priority. Our office has expanded outreach efforts, including notifying residents in advance when appraisers will be working in their area. These efforts help improve understanding and support a transparent assessment process. It is a privilege to serve this county, and I appreciate the trust the community has placed in me. Contact information: phone 971 260 0208. Email vote4wilcox@yahoo.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 25. Auditor, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, unopposed. Carolyn Fundingsland, prefers independent party. I am a lifelong Cowlitz County resident and proud graduate of Kelso High School. I earned an associate's degree from Lower Columbia College and a bachelor's degree from Linfield College, and am blessed to be supported by my husband Dave, stepson DJ, and our extended family and friends. For the past 20 years, I have served this community, first as elections manager and now as auditor. I am nationally and state certified in elections administration and possess extensive knowledge and experience across every division of the office. My commitment to excellence has been recognized with the Washington State Elections Employee of the Year Award in 2017 and the Washington State Auditor of the Year Award in 2022. I am honored to lead a dedicated team through significant challenges, including a major security-focused remodel of our elections facility. I maintain strong bipartisan relationships and actively include both political parties in our processes to uphold the highest standards of security and transparency. I believe in trust and integrity. As your independent auditor, I will continue to protect election integrity and enforce fiscal accountability. Thank you for your vote and the opportunity to continue serving our community. Contact information: phone 360-560-2343, email carolauditor@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 26. Clerk, Cowlitz County, 4-year term. Stacy Michael Bust, prefers independent party. It has been an honor and privilege to serve as the county clerk for the last 12 years. With a combined 23 years of experience, I understand the importance of protecting the integrity and accuracy of the court's records. I'm passionate and enthusiastic about the opportunity to continue to serve the public and support the deputy clerks who carry out the day-to-day operations with compassion and knowledge. I'm a proud wife of 34 years, mom to 2 wonderful, successful kids, and dog mom to 2 Frenchies. As a lifelong Cowlitz County resident, I take pride in this county and will continue to do my part to promote access to the courts and make the legal system easy and accessible. It is my goal to implement an electronic filing system and increase public services while continuing to be responsible and honest with the taxpayers' money. I am running as an independent because I believe that this position is not about politics, and access to the courts should be fair and equal regardless of your political preference. I work for the people, not a party. Please vote to re-elect Stacy Michael Bust for County Clerk, leading with integrity. Contact information: phone 360-749-1826, email stacymyklebust@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 26, continued. Clerk, Cowlitz County, 4-year term. Ashley White, prefers independent party. I am proud to run for Cowlitz County Clerk with a commitment to professionalism, accountability, and public service. As a U.S. Army veteran and a lifelong Cowlitz County resident, I understand the importance of integrity, discipline, and serving the community with dedication. I have several years of experience within the local court system, including 5 years in the Cowlitz County Clerk's office. During my final 2 years there, I served as a lead deputy clerk, helping oversee daily operations and ensuring cases and records were handled accurately and professionally. I currently work at the Cowlitz County Juvenile Court, where I continue serving local families and supporting the important work of our courts. My experience has shown me how important the clerk's office is in maintaining public trust and ensuring access to justice. I believe the office should be efficient, responsive, transparent, accessible, and committed to modernization that improves public service and keeps pace with the needs of our growing community. If elected, I will provide dependable leadership, strengthen customer service, support transparency, modernize office operations, and ensure the clerk's office operates with fairness, accuracy, and respect for every person it serves. Contact information: phone, none provided. Email: ashitlerk@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 27, Commissioner District 3, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, Richard Dahl, prefers Republican Party. A 30-year Castle Rock resident, retired from a 39-year banking career as Senior Vice President, Chief Retail Officer, I have 3 children and 7 grandchildren. I believe in citizen-led government, not the government-led citizen model currently in use. I have protected your rights by fighting mandates and ordinances that encroach upon them. I opposed a new flood control ordinance that placed further restrictions having little to do with flood control on property owners. The result was a much smaller document, eliminating the harmful aspects to the public. I have refused to take more from your wallet, as has become common practice by our state. In fact, I supported the sunset of a tax returning that money to the citizens of Cowlitz County, something that had not been done in many years. I believe leaders with strong morals are crucial to dealing with the influences of government. My daily marching orders can be summed up in 3 short sentences: walk in faith, act in love, endure in hope. I am called to protect your individual rights as presented in the state and federal constitutions. I would be honored to serve another 4 years for you. Contact information: phone, none provided. Email, none provided. Website: www.votedahl.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 27, continued. Commissioner District 3, Cowlitz County, 4-year term. Chelsea Chandler, prefers Democratic Party. Making the world a better place has been at the forefront of all of my endeavors. Whether working overseas as a Peace Corps volunteer, advancing community health initiatives, helping young mothers navigate healthcare and education, or teaching STEM in a middle school classroom, I have always sought to make a positive impact on the people and places I call home. These diverse experiences have allowed me to gain the skills and perspectives necessary to be an effective and creative leader. As a classroom teacher, I see how families in our community are struggling every day. We need our county commissioners focused on creating economic opportunities, bringing investments into the county, ensuring public safety and affordability, being good stewards of our tax dollars, and making government work for all of us. We deserve leaders who listen, bring people together, and focus on real solutions instead of partisan politics. Too many people have been left behind by a political system that creates division instead of delivering results for working families. I'm running to help move Cowlitz County forward with common sense leadership rooted in accountability, transparency, and results that benefit everyone. I humbly ask for your vote. Contact information: phone 971-251-5757. Email: CHELSEANDLER4COWLITZCOUNTY@gmail.com. Website www.cowlitzcounty.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 28. Coroner, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, unopposed. Dana M. Tucker. Prefers Republican Party. Serving the people of Cowlitz County as your coroner has been one of the greatest honors of my life. This role is more than a job. It is a commitment to our community during some of life's most difficult and emotional moments. Every day, my team and I are entrusted with caring for those who can no longer speak for themselves while helping families navigate unimaginable loss. With 13 years of investigative experience, I am proud to lead a dedicated team committed to bringing clarity and answers to every case we handle. We approach this responsibility with compassion, professionalism, and integrity, ensuring every individual is treated with dignity and every family with respect. During my time in office, I have worked to strengthen the coroner's office through improved investigative practices, strong collaboration with local agencies, and a continued commitment to transparency and accountability. I remain focused on providing the highest standard of service while adapting to the evolving needs of Cowlitz County. I am proud of what we have accomplished together, and I respectfully ask for your support to continue serving our community. Please vote Dana Tucker for re-election as your county coroner. Contact information, phone 360-430-0375, email tucker2023@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 29. Prosecuting Attorney, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, unopposed. Ryan P. Jervakainen, prefers Independent Party. It has been an honor and privilege to serve as your prosecuting attorney for the last 12 years. Every day, my office works to protect our community, stand up for the rights of victims, and provide sound legal advice to the county. Public safety is our highest priority. We are committed to protecting the most vulnerable in the criminal justice system by ensuring that victims are heard, treated with dignity, and supported throughout the justice process. We aggressively hold violent and persistent offenders accountable and seek meaningful consequences for those who repeatedly threaten the safety of our community. This work is made possible by an exceptional team of dedicated deputy prosecutors, victim advocates, and professional staff who work closely with law enforcement and community partners, pursuing justice and keeping our community safe. We also recognize that mental health and addiction issues can contribute to criminal behavior. When appropriate, we support therapeutic programs like drug court and mental health court to address underlying issues and reduce recidivism. Born and raised in Cowlitz County and now raising my family here, I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve our community. I respectfully ask for your continued support. Contact information. Phone 360-747-7114. Email ryanjforsecutor@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 30. Sheriff, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, unopposed. Troy Brightbill, prefers Republican Party. The Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office is one of the finest law enforcement agencies in this country, and I intend to keep it that way. Public safety is our top priority, and we best serve our citizens by providing professional law enforcement services. This requires dedication to public service, the training and tools needed for deputies to perform complex tasks with high level of proficiency and support from their leadership. I have served with the Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office for 27 years as Deputy Sheriff, Patrol Sergeant, Detective Sergeant, Chief Criminal Deputy, and Undersheriff. For the last 7 years, I managed operations for the Sheriff's Office while also serving as the Lower Columbia Major Crimes Team Commander and as an Assistant Commander for Lower Columbia SWAT. I have worked to modernize our operations and increased our staffing to help our deputies be both efficient and effective in their service to the citizens. As your sheriff, I will continue to advance the Sheriff's Office by developing the next generation of law enforcement leaders. I will provide deputies with the training, tools, and support they need to provide professional law enforcement services to the citizens of Cowlitz County. Contact information: phone 971-225-3983. Email briglforsheriff@gmail.com. Website www.briglforsheriff.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 31. Treasurer, Cowlitz County, 4-year term, unopposed. Deborah Gardner. Prefers independent party. It has been my pleasure to serve as your Cowlitz County Treasurer over the last 8 years. As Treasurer, my most critical responsibility is safeguarding public funds. The Treasurer's Office is the custodian of all money for the county, including our junior taxing districts, schools, ports, fire districts, etc. We have worked hard to create strong relationships with our districts and strive to provide the best customer service to our taxpayers and our districts. Over the past 4 years, my team and I have launched the Cowlitz County Investment Pool, increasing interest earnings while maintaining our top priority of safeguarding public funds. Fraud is increasing, and we need to consistently strengthen our process to address this challenge. We've implemented enhanced fraud prevention measures on behalf of the county and our junior taxing districts. Additionally, our team remains committed to working closely with taxpayers to clarify the property tax process and provide them with information and resources they need. I recognize the trust that the taxpayers have in our office, and I take this trust very seriously to ensure we provide the highest level of service to the citizens of Cowlitz County. I would be honored to receive your vote. Contact information: phone 360-751-6536. Email votebergardner@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 32. Position 1, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term. Colleen Melody, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Supreme Court Justice. Colleen Melody works every day to uphold the rule of law, improve access to justice, and protect the rights of Washingtonians. Other professional experience. Colleen was a career civil rights lawyer and public servant. She taught at the University of Washington and brought pro bono cases on behalf of immigrants and veterans. She worked at a pizza shop in high school and waited tables through college. Education. UW for college and law school, both with high honors. Community service. Colleen worked to improve access to services in her rural community, including better resources for seniors, increased healthcare services, and more affordable childcare. Statement. Colleen grew up in Spokane, the daughter of a teacher and a healthcare advocate. As a civil rights lawyer, she protected Washingtonians whose rights were violated by multinational corporations, special interests, and the federal government. Colleen returned millions in wages owed to workers and protected employees from pregnancy discrimination and sexual harassment. As the leader of the Attorney General's Civil Rights Division, she beat the Trump administration when it tried to impose its unconstitutional Muslim ban and separate families at the border. Now, more than ever, state courts must safeguard our rights with independence and impartiality. Washington's laws provide broad protections in privacy, the workplace, housing, healthcare, and education. State courts must be places where victims of crime and discrimination may seek justice with safety and dignity. Colleen is a working mom who lives in rural Western Washington with her husband and 2 public school daughters. She is endorsed by every sitting Supreme Court justice, retired Justices Yu and Madsen, Governors Ferguson, Inslee, and Gregoire, Attorney General Brown, hundreds of judges and elected leaders statewide, and the Washington State Labor Council. Your rights matter. Justice Colleen Melody has worked her entire career to protect them. Contact information: phone 206-745-2010, email hello@melodyorjustic.com, website www.melodyorjustic.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 33, Position 1, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term, Laura Christensen Kohlberg, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. I've made thousands of decisions in family law cases as a Snohomish County Superior Court Commissioner pro tem and a court-appointed arbitrator over the past 18 of my 30 years in family law practice. I have come alongside families in all stages of brokenness, navigating the complexities of litigation with compassion and confidence. Other professional experience. Free Methodist Bible Quizzing, Denominational Director, 2019 to present. Chief Tournament Judge, 2011 to present. Question Writer, 1999 to present. Family Law Lecturer, Rigo's Bar Review, 1997 to 2013. Education Valedictorian, Wenatchee High School, 1989. B.A. Summa Cum Laude, Seattle Pacific University, 1993. J.D., University of Washington, 1996. Community Service. Board Member, Shoreline Free Methodist Church, 3 years. Elder, LFB Presbyterian Church, 6 years. Statement. I am the only judicially experienced candidate for Position 1, having served on the bench more than 20 times as long as all others combined. Unique among these candidates, I have zero history of partisan activism. You can trust me to measure all laws against the Constitution as written without any political shadows clouding my objectivity. Impartiality is a judge's job, and I am your best hope for it here. More significantly, your vote for me will put a justice with deep family law expertise onto the court for the first time since no-fault divorce was legalized in Washington 52 years ago. While the landscape of family law practice has shifted seismically in subsequent decades, our state courts still fall short. Because the Supreme Court, in addition to deciding cases, oversees the procedures and priorities of the lower courts, as a justice, I will advocate for fast-tracking appeals in family law matters to bring timely closure to uncertain chapters. Years of legal limbo may be acceptable in other arenas, but for children in crisis, you can't undo damage caused by delay. If you value experience, impartiality, or family law expertise on our state Supreme Court, I am your best choice. Contact information. Phone 206-627-0706. Email info@laura4position1.com. Website www.laura4position1.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 34, Position 1, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term, Scott Edwards, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Ballard's Bar, Lane Powell, 2010 to present. Practice Chair, 2010 to 2024. Board, 2017 to 2019, 2023 to 2024. Perkins Coie, 1999 to 2010. Bogle and Gates, 1996 to 1999. Significant experience before Washington courts on constitutional and other complex issues, ranked as among the top in my field, super lawyers, best lawyers in America, and chambers. Other professional experience: adjunct professor, University of Washington School of Law, 2002 to present. Washington State Bar Association, American Bar Association, Council on State Taxation. Education: University of Washington School of Law with honors, 1991. Princeton University, magna cum laude, 1988. Economics, Paul Volcker Award recipient. Community service: American Red Cross, St. Cecilia Parish, Scouting America, Bainbridge Island Youth Orchestra, Kids in Concert. Statement: I am running to bring independence, principled judgment, and respect for the rule of law to the Washington Supreme Court. An independent court protects constitutional rights, ensures equal justice, and serves as a final and balanced check within our system of government. The role of the Supreme Court is to apply the Constitution and laws as written, not rewrite them. For more than 30 years, I have represented clients at all levels of Washington's court system, including more than a dozen Washington Supreme Court cases. As a tax and constitutional attorney, I work on complex issues that directly affect Washington families and businesses. I have also taught at the University of Washington School of Law for over 20 years. I learned the value of hard work, integrity, and public service early, working at my grandparents' restaurant and watching my father serve as Alaska's Attorney General. Washington deserves justices who will apply the law predictably, as written, and without favoring any political agenda. My commitment is to protect your constitutional rights and work to make the Washington Supreme Court accountable and worthy of your trust. Take politics out of the courtroom. Vote Scott Edwards, Position 1. Contact information: phone 206-201-1108. Email info@voteedwards.com. Website www.voteedwards.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 35, Position 3, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term. Jamie Michelle Hawk, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience: Judge Jamie Hawk has been a state and national legal leader for over 20 years. As a Superior Court judge, federal public defender, and ACLU civil rights attorney, she has protected our rights and freedoms. Other professional experience: adjunct professor of law, Supreme Court Minority and Justice Commission. In work before law school, Judge Hawk supported domestic violence survivors and found them safe shelter. Education: raised by a single mom, Judge Hawk was the first in her family to attend college, graduating with honors from Gonzaga University Law School. Community service: Judge Hawk has advocated on boards for immigrant children, voting rights, veterans, and women's rights. Statement: Judge Hawk fought in the courtroom for those who could not afford a lawyer. She handled trials and appeals and defended Washingtonians against the federal government. She is the first attorney with the ACLU of Washington to become a judge. Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal and Governor Bob Ferguson endorsed Judge Hawk. Judge Hawk is a trusted, experienced legal leader. Senators Murray and Cantwell appointed her to their federal judge selection committee. The American Bar Association selected her to observe Guantanamo Bay military hearings and later chose her to assist families at the border torn apart by Trump-era immigration policies. Judge Hawk has presided over hundreds of criminal, civil, and family law cases, as well as appeals from lower courts. She has never had a trial overturned for legal error. She follows the law. More than 100 current and retired judges and justices from across Washington endorse Judge Hawk. Judge Hawk will bring a strong, independent voice. Endorsed by the National Women's Political Caucus, local and county Democratic organizations, and the State Labor Council, she understands the concerns of women and working families and will bring that perspective to the court. Judge Hawk will protect our rights and the rule of law. Contact information: phone 206 486 2959. Email info@judgehawk.com. Website www.judgehawk.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 36, Position 3, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term, David Stevens, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience: Superior Court Judge, Senior Felony Prosecutor, Federal Public Defender, Chief Public Defender, Colville Confederated Tribes, Federal Prosecutor, International Prosecutor in Pristina, Kosovo, Justice Advisor in Bamiyan, Afghanistan. Other professional experience: Federal Civil Rights Investigator, U.S. Navy Veteran, Presenter, Legal Education Seminars in Beirut, Lebanon, Coalition, Budva, Montenegro, and for the Washington Association of Prosecuting Attorneys. Education: Juris Doctor, University of Washington School of Law, Bachelor of Arts, University of Washington, Department of State Certificate in Islamic Jurisprudence. Community service: Deacon, Mount Olive Lutheran Church, VFW Larry Godwin Post 1694 Honor Guard, Skookum Rotary, UW Law School Mentor, YMCA and UW Law School Mock Trial Judge. Statement: The duty of the Washington State Supreme Court is to uphold our Constitution and to protect our rights and freedoms. Public policy is the province of the political branches and not the courts. In the last 2 decades, direct appointment of judges by the governor rather than election of judges by the people has become a long-standing tradition. Our state constitution mandated the election of judges because direct appointment leads to ideological and political decisions. Appointments were reserved for vacancies. Judge Stevens was elected and not appointed. His election will bring common sense and balance to the Supreme Court. After high school, Judge Stevens joined the Navy. After his enlistment, he used his veterans' benefits to attend the University of Washington, where he met his wife, Pam. After graduating, he worked as a federal civil rights investigator for the Fair Housing Enforcement Center, Seattle, fighting racial, ethnic, and religious discrimination. He then went to the UW School of Law. Judge Stevens and his wife lived in Shelton, close to 6 of their 9 grandchildren. As a lawyer and judge, he has tried more than 200 jury trials. His supporters include tribes, judges, public defenders, prosecutors, attorneys, and law enforcement. Contact information: phone 360-789-1405. Email davidforjusticeyahoo.com. Website www.judgestevensforwa.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 37, Position 3, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term, Mike Diaz, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience: Judge, Washington Court of Appeals, Division 1, 2022 to present. Judge, King County Superior Court, 2018 to 2022, including Chief Judge of the Clark Children and Family Justice Center. Other professional experience: Assistant United States Attorney, Western District of Washington, 10 years, where he founded its Civil Rights Unit. Previously in private practice. Adjunct Professor, Seattle University School of Law, Constitutional Law. Education: Juris Doctor, Cornell Law School. Graduate Studies in Classical Philosophy, Princeton University. Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, University of Notre Dame. Community service. Chairperson, Washington Supreme Court's Interpreter Commission. Member, Judicial Ethics Board. Volunteer, Spanish Legal Clinic at El Centro de la Raza, Youth Soccer Coach. Statement. At a time when the rule of law is under assault, I am proud that President Obama nominated me to the federal bench in recognition of my long record fighting for civil rights, a nomination Mitch McConnell refused to even bring to a vote. That same commitment to equal justice under the law has earned me the endorsement of leaders in the largest unions across Washington: 3 former governors, Inslee, Gregoire, and Locke, Attorney General Nick Brown, 9 Supreme Court justices, and over 100 judges, and the Washington Education Association. 3 bar associations rate me exceptionally well qualified, including Washington Women Lawyers. I was born in Peru and raised in South Seattle. As a federal civil rights lawyer, I founded the Seattle U.S. Attorney's Civil Rights Unit and led efforts to reform Seattle's police department. Governor Inslee twice appointed me to the bench, first to the Superior Court, where I presided over 45 trials, and again to the Court of Appeals, where I have authored more than 200 opinions, including those protecting Washington workers, holding corporations accountable, and keeping the public safe. The independence and integrity of our courts have rarely mattered more. I respectfully ask for your vote. Contact information: phone 360-389-2427, email info@diaforjustice.com, website www.diaforjustice.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 38. Position 5, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term. Greg Miller, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Partner and Appellate Group co-founder, Carney Bradley Spellman, 2008 to present. Previously, private practice, Judge Pro Tem, Seattle Municipal Court, Judicial Law Clerk, Washington Court of Appeals, Municipal Prosecutor. Other professional experience: Martindale Hubbell, AV Preeminent Peer Review Rating for highest level of professional excellence. Top-rated lawyer in appellate law, 2013. Education: Harvard University, BA. Northeastern University, JD. Community service: King County Bar Judicial Evaluation Committee, 20-plus years. Chair, 1999 to 2000. Founding member, Washington Appellate Lawyers Association, 2001. Co-founder, KCBA Appellate Practice Section, 2005. KCBA Trustee. KCBA Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Luncheon Committee. Scouting, Pack 144, Troop 166. Youth Soccer, Coach and Disciplinary Committee Chair. St. James Cathedral Choir. Statement. As an attorney with 40 years of experience doing appeals in Washington, I am running to serve on the Supreme Court to help it do justice in each case, fairly, impartially, according to law. Appeals safeguard the fundamental fairness of our courts. They are usually the only way to correct a court's error. That's why experience matters on the Supreme Court. It needs to get it right. I have worked on 135 appeals in courts across Washington, including the Supreme Court. I've helped courts get decisions right for clients of all backgrounds: students, small business owners, house cleaners, physicians, employees, deputies, families. I've won unpaid wages, defended protection orders, and ensured fairness in family disputes, healthcare, business deals, and trial procedures. The other candidates have little or no experience on appeals or cases before the Supreme Court. You need not settle for that. My experience goes beyond the courtroom. I worked to improve healthcare in jails across Washington. I served as a nonpartisan counsel in the state legislature. I've promoted excellence and ethics in the legal profession. I'm fair, independent, trusted. I ask you to send my experience and belief in justice under the law to the Supreme Court. Contact information: phone 206-756-5040. Email millerforjustice@gmail.com. Website www.millerforjustice.org. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 39. Position 5, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term. Theo Angelis, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Current Supreme Court Justice appointed by Governor Ferguson following a diverse, award-winning 26-year legal career as a partner at K&L Gates. Other professional experience. Throughout career, led appellate and intellectual property teams and pro bono cases representing immigrant children, veterans, refugees, small businesses, and people experiencing homelessness. Education. BA, Claremont McKenna College. MA, Oxford University. MA, London School of Economics. JD, Yale University. Community service. Trustee, King County Bar Association. President, Middle Eastern Legal Association of Washington. Member, Attorney General's Youth Internet Safety Task Force. Founders Award. Kids in Need of Defense. ACLU Humanitarian Award. Mentor of the Year, King County Bar Association. Statement. As a justice and throughout my legal career, I've fought for the rule of law, the rights of all individuals, and to ensure our courts remain fair, independent, and accessible. Before joining the Supreme Court, I frequently volunteered to help people who couldn't afford lawyers. I sued the federal government when they forced children, as young as 4 years old, to appear without lawyers in immigration court. The federal government eventually agreed to pay for lawyers, and the ACLU gave me the Humanitarian Award. I also represented an Army veteran, a naturalized U.S. citizen, after ICE wrongly detained him for 7 months. The Northwest Immigrant Rights Project gave me the Amicus Award for my groundbreaking work. I've worked to mentor attorneys to expand diversity in our profession, and with Turkish and Greek ancestry, I'm proud to be the first justice of Middle Eastern descent on our highest court. I am endorsed by all my colleagues on the Supreme Court, Governor Ferguson and Gregoire, former U.S. Attorneys Durkin, Gorman, and McKay, over 500 judges and attorneys statewide, 52 state legislators, Executive Zahili, mayors statewide, Washington State Labor Council, King County, and numerous LD Democrats, and more. Contact information. Phone, none provided. Email, info@justiceangelis.com. Website, www.justiceangelis.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 40. Position 5, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term. Dave Larson, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. 41 years legal experience. Trial judge, 18 years, retired. Trial lawyer, 23 years. Rated AV preeminent as a trial lawyer and exceptionally well qualified, judge and Supreme Court candidate. Other professional experience. Mediator and arbitrator, 1990 to 2008. President, Federal Way School Board. Education, JD, Seattle University School of Law. BA, University of Puget Sound. Community service. DMCJA President's Award for Protecting Judicial Independence, 2018. Judge William Nevins Award, 2014. And Hero of Federal Way Schools, 2018-2022 for commitment to civics education. Best City Leader 2022, Kiwanis Everyday Hero Award, and more. Founder, Action Club of Federal Way, Service Club for Adults with Developmental Disabilities, and more. Statement. Judge Dave Larson's 41 years of distinguished experience, 18 years as a trial judge, 23 as a trial lawyer, form an unrivaled record, making him the most qualified and best prepared candidate for our state's highest court. Dave will restore trust in our courts by rising above partisan interests, applying the law without fear or favor, and restoring judicial independence. A truly nonpartisan candidate, Dave reaches out to Democrats, Republicans, labor, business, and voters across eastern and western Washington, because justice that serves only some of us serves none of us. He will protect your individual rights and the judicial independence that is currently under threat. Dave's innovative criminal justice reforms have been recognized nationwide. He has collaborated with legislative Democrats and Republicans to help our trial courts address crime and addiction with compassion and accountability. However, our Supreme Court's decisions have weakened that response. As a justice, he will help fix current problems and build towards lasting and effective solutions. Our Supreme Court needs Dave's unique perspective gained from his significant trial judge experience. That experience, integrity, and steady judgment are exactly what's needed to restore trust in and improve our courts. Vote Judge Dave Larson for Supreme Court. Contact information. Phone 206-207-2903. Email campagneLarsonforJustic.com. Website www.larsonforJustic.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 41, Position 5, Supreme Court Justice, 2-year unexpired term, Sharonda Amamilo, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Judge Sharonda Amamilo was elected to the Thurston County Superior Court in 2020, where she presides over criminal and civil jury trials, family and juvenile matters, child welfare cases, and administrative and lower court appeals. Her career includes all aspects of public defense and private practice, representing workers, families, small businesses, and youth in foster care. She also served as a grievance committee chair and participated in collective bargaining at Bates Technical College. Other professional experience: retired Army Intelligence Warrant Officer. Education: JD, Seattle University. MBA, St. Martin's University. Graduate Certificate, Data Analytics from Cornell University, online. Community Service. Board President, Washington Microenterprise Association. Statement. The role of a justice is to uphold the rule of law with integrity, fairness, and respect for every individual. Throughout my career, I have worked closely with families and individuals facing some of life's most difficult challenges. Those experiences taught me that court decisions can change the course of a person's life and shaped my commitment to applying the law thoughtfully, carefully, and fairly. I understand the pressures facing working families, small businesses, children, and vulnerable communities. I approach every case with preparation, humility, care, and respect because people deserve to know they were heard and treated fairly in court. I believe the best judicial decisions are grounded in preparation, thoughtful collaboration, and respect for the rule of law. I also understand the Washington Supreme Court plays an important role in helping ensure courts across our state function fairly, consistently, and with public confidence. Rated exceptionally well qualified by the Washington State Veterans Bar Association, Pierce County Minority Bar Association, Lauren Miller Bar Association, Q Law Foundation, and Joint Asian Judicial Evaluations Committee, and well qualified by the Latino Bar Association of Washington. Contact information. Phone 360-851-9783. Email ELECTRAMAMAIL@gmail.com. Website www.sharondaforjustice.org. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 42, Position 7, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term, David R. Shelby, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Legal. For 11 years, I have been practicing administrative, civil litigation, personal injury, collections, family law, estate planning, probate, and taxation. Judicial. None. The same as many lawyers have when they take to the bench. Other professional experience. I have my own practice. Veteran. Education. MBA, City University of Seattle. JD and LLM in taxation, Thomas M. Cooley Law School, and LLM in global law and economics, Antonin Scalia Law School. Community service. I volunteer as Tacoma Eagles president and serve meals for Catholic community services and a local synagogue. I have provided pro bono legal advice to low-income residents, seniors, Teamsters, veterans, and nonprofits. Statement. Hello, I'm back. I'm the family lawyer from Sumner, Washington, who drew national political attention in 2024 by running for Supreme Court Justice. Thank you to the 59,676 Washington voters who supported me in 2024. I'm grateful. I'm not promising a tariff stimulus rebate check. I'll watch for a meteorite hit Mount Rainier first, but I will promise to stand with American small businesses and workers, and I will protect the rights and freedoms of every citizen, young or old, rich or poor. I oppose a state income tax and won't be soft on criminals. I will pursue practical economic solutions to ease the heavy caseloads facing our prosecutors and public defenders. I live with a mild form of Parkinson's that affects me physically, and I occasionally have symptoms even while medicated, off days. I have learned to judge no one by gender, skin color, language, health condition, or religion. I approach every decision with respect, fairness, and impartiality, guided by sound judgment and common sense. Above all, I won't let the exception become the new rule. We're in this together. Thank you. Contact information. Phone 253-250-1675. Email david@davidshelvey.com. Website www.davidshelvey.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 43, Position 7, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term, Deborah L. Stevens, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Current Chief Justice and Justice since 2008. Court of Appeals, Judge, Eastern Washington, 2007. Appellate attorney and adjunct professor, Gonzaga University, 1993 to 2007. Other professional experience. Board for Judicial Administration co-chair, National Association of Women Judges, Judicial Independence Committee co-chair, Chief Justice's Conference Executive Committee, National Courts and Sciences Institute Director, National Judicial College Instructor, Washington Civic Learning Council, former Spokane Community College instructor. Education. Gonzaga University, JD, BA West Valley High, Spokane. Community service. Former school board chair, Upward Bound mentor, Minority and Justice Commission, YMCA Youth and Government, Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, Habitat for Humanity, past Rotary president, Washington Center for Performing Arts board member. Statement. As Washington's Chief Justice, I am dedicated to upholding the rule of law and delivering fair and impartial justice. Courts are a critical branch of government, where every person must be treated fairly and with dignity, and decisions must be based on the law and the facts. In an era of growing attempts to politicize the judiciary, I work every day to maintain the integrity and independence of our courts and safeguard access to justice for every person. As a former constitutional law professor, I respect legal traditions and constitutional principles. As a parent and former school board chair, I understand how court decisions impact the lives of Washington families. As the first woman from Eastern Washington on the court, I know that lived experience and diverse perspectives matter in making sound decisions. I have a proven record of expanding access to justice, improving efficiency and transparency, addressing the evolving challenges facing our legal system, and protecting individual rights. I have always enjoyed broad support and am endorsed by my current and former colleagues, judges statewide, Washington State Labor Council, elected officials, and education and community leaders. I ask for your vote to continue serving you on our Supreme Court. Contact information: phone 206-382-5552. Email debra@debrenslaw.com. Website www.justicepens.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 44. Position 7, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term, Kareem A. Merchant, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. As a public defender in King County, I spent the first 15 years of my legal career in the trenches of our justice system, serving as a constitutional check on the government's power to prosecute and incarcerate. Since 2023, I've continued that mission by owning and operating my own practice. Other professional experience. Washington Defender Association and Washington Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers member. Education. Howard University School of Law, JD 2007. University of Washington, BA 2003. AA. Bellevue Community College 2001. Bellevue Public School, 2nd to 12th grade, 1997. Community service. Volunteer coach for youth sports, educating Washingtonians on civics and constitutional law through social media. Statement. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio to working-class immigrants and raised here in Washington since 1987. I bring extensive courtroom experience and the perspective of someone who understands the struggles facing everyday Washingtonians. For 18 years, I've represented people from every walk of life: working families, small business owners, parents, veterans, and individuals accused of serious crimes. I have never represented corporations, never represented the government. I stood beside real people when constitutional rights matter most. My career has focused on protecting the constitutional rights of the people and ensuring every Washingtonian remains free from unlawful government intrusion. Those protections must apply equally to all, regardless of status, wealth, or background. I also believe the judiciary must remain independent, impartial, and free from partisan influence. The promise of our Constitution is only meaningful if judges faithfully interpret and apply the law, ensuring the people receive the government our Constitution guarantees. You will not find judicial endorsements or a massive war chest here. What you will find is a legal mind grounded in the promise of our Constitution with a commitment to real-world solutions and equal justice for all. I would be honored to earn your vote. Contact information. Phone 206-347-7632. Email karim@win4wa.com. Website https://win4wa.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office. Page 45. Position 7, Supreme Court Justice, 6-year term, Todd A. Bloom, nonpartisan. Legal/judicial experience. Over 2 decades of providing legal and professional services to private and publicly held companies, executives, business owners, and high net worth families. Served as an arbitrator for FINRA from 1999 to 2020. Other professional experience. Over a decade as tax attorney and senior manager in major accounting firms. Active duty Navy officer from 2002 to 2013. Additional professional designations: CPA, CFA, and CFP. Education: LLM, University of Washington. JD, MBA, Tulane University. MA, Naval War College. BA, Simpson College. College of Naval Command and Staff. Warfare qualified. Community service. WSBA Board of Governors. Church Parish Finance Council. Adjunct faculty. Gallon Plus blood donor. Statement. Throughout my career, I've worked to solve complex problems thoughtfully, collaboratively, and fairly, and my background has given me a deep appreciation for hard work, sacrifice, and the experiences of everyday people. In school, I worked farm, grocery, and restaurant jobs and later earned my commission from the enlisted ranks. Following 9/11, I was called from the Naval Reserve to active duty, where I served for more than a decade. I placed my civilian career on hold and left my wife and children to deploy to the Persian Gulf. That experience had a big impact on my understanding of duty, accountability, and leadership under pressure. Since reverting to civilian pursuits, I've been able to continue my public service through the WSBA Board of Governors. It was there I was encouraged to seek election to the Supreme Court. This year's election is a choice, whether to retain the current justices or give someone new your vote. I believe I represent meaningful new perspective, experience, and common sense, which will bring balance to the court. If elected, I promise to uphold and apply the law impartially and fairly. I respectfully ask for your vote for Supreme Court Justice, position number 7. Contact information. Phone 360-876-2588. Email electtoddbloom@gmail.com. Candidate statements are printed as submitted and are not checked for factual or grammatical accuracy by the Auditor's Office.